In this topic, the inflection in Urdu Hindi, we are discussing the two types of inflection. One is the conjugation and other is the declension. For when we have the change in the verb like jana, so it become gaya, it's become gai, it's become gaye. So that is the change in this verb. It comes under the conjugation. And when we have the some change in like the kitab into kitabe, or in adjective like acha become achi, so it comes under the declension. So these are the two types of inflection in Urdu Hindi. So for the number and case, so we change the ladka into ladke, ladko, and we for kitab we change kitabe and kitabu. And in adjective we change from acha ladka or अच्छी लड़की or अच्छी लड़की that we have discussed already. So inflection shows how words agree with each other in a sentence. For example, how nouns agree with the adjective or verbs agree with the subject. So in inflection, so in verb, in noun, basically in verb we have the inflection according to subjects also. So for example, when we use the verb for masculine and singular, so in example from English, like when we have the subject like he, so it is like speaks. And when say we say the they, so it is like speak. So that is the changes that we have. So basically, these types of inflection that we have, like for speak, we use sometimes s, and for speak without any suffix. So it is the changes or the inflection according to the subject we use in a sentence. So the same types of inflection we have in Urdu also. So when we use uh, like subject, वो जाएगा. So when the subject is noun, like लड़का जाएगा, so it can be replaced by लड़का also. Or when we speak like लड़की, so it is like जाएगी. So here we have जागा, either we have गी. Or when we say the लड़कियां जाएंगी, लड़के जाएंगे. So this kind of inflection in the verb. So the basic verb is जाना. So we have in जाना जाएगा, जाएगी, जाएंगे, and जाएंगी. So this kind of inflection comes under the agreement when the verb agree with the subject. So according to the agreement, it had some different types of inflection. And we have also the inflection in terms of number and in terms of noun and adjective agreement, like अच्छा लड़का, अच्छे लड़के, अच्छी लड़की. So there is a number and gender according to the noun. So it takes the inflection for adjective. So like अच्छा लड़का for masculine gender, अच्छी लड़की for feminine gender, अच्छे लड़के for masculine plural gender, अच्छी लड़कियां for feminine plural gender. So that kind of inflection we also have. So noun actually has the inflection according to number, case, and gender. And the adjective has the inflection. Inflection means when we change the basic form to just add some suffixes in the form. So we can take some suffixes for change in gender, number, and case. So same thing we have the for adjective also. So sometimes it works as a case, but most of the time we have the changes according to the number and gender. But in verb, we have the basic inflection is the for tense, aspect, and mood. But the other types of inflection we have for person, number, and gender. So these kind of inflection occurs due to the agreement with the subject. So verb has the agreement with the subject according to the subject for number, for gender, for person. When the subject is first person, so we have different verbs. When the subject is second person, it has different verb. When the subject is third person, we have the different verb. When the subject is singular, we have different verb, and we have some changes in the verb, some inflection in the verb. And when the subject is plural number, so we have some change in the verb. And when the subject is masculine, or family. So it has different types of verbs or different types of inflection in the verbs. That will be, we are adding some suffixes, some modification in the verb. That is called the inflection. So these are the category for inflection. So we have the category for inflection like number, gender, case, person, tense, aspect, and mood. And all these category goes with some parts of speech. So number, gender, and case goes with the noun and adjective. And person goes with the pronoun also, like first person, second person, third person. So it goes with the pronoun. And person also goes with the noun also. So noun more basically are third person. So that also goes with the noun also. But we have the change in verb, means the agreement in the verb and the inflection in the verb also due to the number, gender, case, and person. That's why we put the verbs also here. So we have change in the verb due to the number. We have change on the inflection in the verb due to the gender. We have change in the verb due to the person. We have change into the verbs according to the tense, aspect, and mood. So these are the basic inflection for the verb. So verb change for tense, like from present to future, or past verb also change from aspect, like from perfective to perfective, and also verb change for the mood, subjunctive and indicative. And for degree, we have only adjective like comparative degree and superlative degree. So these types of inflection categories that has some change in the parts of speech for noun, verb, adjective. So first comes the non-inflection. So masculine and feminine, which comes under the gender. So noun means any noun has the inflection by the through the gender. So when we have masculine, so it is ladka, for feminine is ladki, for masculine is admi, for masculine is aurat, for masculine is kutta, for feminine it is billi. So these are the non-human thing, kutta and billi. So kutta considered as a masculine gender and billi considered as a feminine gender commonly. So we are not worried about either the billi is the male or female, but we consider as a feminine gender when we have some grammatical agreement like achhi billi. We cannot say acha billi. So it always goes the feminine gender. So for number, we have for number, that is for noun. So noun has the inflection according to the number. So that ladka become ladke, ladki become ladkiyan, kitab become kitabe. So that is singular and plural. And case also has some types of inflection, but not the inflection in the basic form. But for the case in Urdu, Hindi, we are just adding some postposition or the critics to make it the different form. So direct case means the nominative or accusative case. So it is like ladka. So that is the basic form in the Hindi and Urdu. So it does not take any postposition for the nominative case. For example, if I say ladka खाता है, so this ladka is the direct case. We can also say the nominative case. So there is no postposition for this ladka. Or when we say the लड़के ने खाया, लड़के ने खाना खाया. So it has the particular name, which is the postposition to make it the irrigative subject. So that is the irrigative case. That is the nominative case. So for irrigative we have ne, that is the ne. For accusative we have go. For the dative we have also have go. So go is used for both dative case and accusative case. And sometimes the ka is used for possessive case, or we can say the genitive case. Genitive case. So it has also some types of inflection like ka, ki, ke. Like Ahmad ki kitab, Ahmad ka kutta, and Ahmad and the Ahmad ke bal. सुबाल और ये अहमद के घर, बहुत सारे घर. So that is the K for the plural and K for the masculine and Ka for the K for the feminine and Ka for the masculine. So why we call it the oblique case? Oblique case means when you have any postposition after the simple noun ladka. So when we add any postposition in the ladka, so it changes its form. So ladka change into the ladke. So it change its basic form. So ladka to change into the ladke, to add ne. We cannot say like ladka ne. Ladka no. We are always saying लड़के ने. So लड़के ने, लड़के को and लड़के का. So that is the changes in the noun occurs due to the postposition, and that changes comes under the oblique case. So that changes with the लड़का become लड़के, for लड़के ने, लड़का becomes लड़के, for लड़के को, लड़का becomes लड़के, for लड़के का. So it is called the oblique case, oblique marking. So when the noun changes its basic form due to the postposition being attached with that noun, so it is called the oblique case. So in Urdu Hindi, we have the oblique form like for ladke to ladko also. So like ladke is used and ladko also used. Like ladko ne खाना खाया. We also say the लड़के ने खाना खाया, या लड़के को किताब मिली, या लड़कों को ऐसा मिला. So it changed from the singular to plural. So in singular we say the लड़के ने खाना खाया, and in plural we are saying the लड़कों ने खाना खाया. So both are the oblique form when we add some clitics or the postposition after the base form. So when we have the ladka, so it become ladke for oblique. When we have the ladke, so it become the ladko. So this ladke actually represent the only plural without any suffix, and but this ladke is singular because, and it is oblique form because we have some postposition after this. लड़के ने ऐसा किया. And this is the vocative case. So in vocative case, the noun used as single as the single entity, and we add some a in Urdu like a ladke, o ladke. So this kind of form consider the vocative in Urdu. So that we have already discussed. So for ladki, we have the ladkiyan plural, but in public form, the ladki used as ladki, like ladki ne roti khai and ladkiyon ne roti khai. So the ladkiyan change into ladkiyon for the oblique form. For this ladki ne roti khai, and this is like ladki ने रोटी खाई, and for लड़कियों ने रोटी खाई. Here the लड़कियों is the plural. When we have the singular, लड़की खाना खाती है, लड़कियां खाना खाती हैं. So this is the in the terms of feminine. What kind of oblique case we use it? So for feminine singular we have ladki, and for feminine plural we have used the ladkiyon in the oblique case. So noun has basically the inflection for gender, number, and case. So here we discussing some gender specific case. Gender specific case. So Hindi distinguishes between the two gender, masculine and feminine. Even for all the human things or for all the animate things. But Hindi and Urdu has the masculine and feminine gender marking for the non-animate things also. Like for खिड़की, दरवाजा. So the खिड़की is the feminine gender, and the darwaza is the masculine gender. So for animate nouns, the gender generally correspond to natural sex, where the inanimate noun are also distinguished a grammatical gender. So grammatical gender means we are adding some grammar, we have some inflection in the basic form noun to change in the of the it's the gender marking. So that is the inflection we have due to the gender agreement or the gender marking. Although many inanimate nouns follow the predictable pattern based on their ending, there are exceptions and no rigid rules apply. Typically, masculine forms are treated as the default. So, for a non-animate thing or inanimate thing, if there is some gender marking, so some non-animate things are used very naturally, very like they do not have any marking means the any vowel marking or any masculine and feminine marking, so you can understand this is the like, for example, in Khilki we have the e ending, but in Darwaza we have the a ending, so we cannot say on that basis that every female feminine words in inanimate thing has the e ending and every masculine word has the a ending. There are some exception in the language, so in which you have just like conventional gender that very conventionally that this types of an animate follow the feminine gender and this and animate follow the masculine gender. So the feminine gender are derived from the masculine noun through the several process. So there is some suffixation. So when you make the normally for any human leg from the masculine gender to the feminine, so there are some process like lamba, lambi, chota, choti, mota, moti. Um, so this kind of process. So the a change with the e suffix, and there is some phonological modification. There are some suppletion process. So in phonological modification, where we can say that lamba change into lambi. So here the a just replaced by e. And we have some suppletion process also using the entirely different roots in some cases. Like we have admi, admi, and aurat. So that kind of change in gender comes under the suppletion process. So in phonological modification, lamba, lambi, ladka, ladki comes under the phonological modification. So these are the some example for this gender for the plural. So when we make the plural of masculine gender, so ladka become ladke, beta become bete, bakra become bakre, and parda become parde, tara become tare, and taza become taza, and mola become mola. So taza sometimes used as for both masculine and feminine in Urdu Hindi. But taza some means there are some variety in which we use like taze, like taza fal. So fal is the plural thing. We can use the both taza and taze, taze fal, taze, taze fal. So when we have the feminine noun, so how change into the number? So ladki become ladkiyan, beti become betiyan, bakri become bakriyan, makki become makkiyan, kitab become kitabe, and misal become misale. So kitab is actually a feminine gender. So it is the exception that I told you that kitab does not, it is the inanimate thing. It is not the animating, it is the non-animate thing, but it is feminine. So there is no e marking after that, like in ladki, bakri, and beti, makhi. We have some same pattern e marking for the feminine gender. But in this case, kitab is the feminine gender, but it does not have the e ending. So to that extent, so we cannot have some pattern or some analogy or the some pattern for just identification of the masculine and feminine gender for inanimate thing. That is, it is very conventional thing we have in the language. So misal does not have e ending. So but the when you make the plural for kitab, so it is become kitabe, and the form misal, it become misale. So, but this e ending become ya. So the e ending noun, feminine noun, they always take the suffix ya. But when we have without e ending, when we the noun end with the with the consonant ba and la, so it just has the a mark to make it plural, a suffix to make it plural, like kitab, kitabein, misal, misal. So there are some masculine noun ending with a, and the final I is replaced by e to form the feminine. So there is a gender marking. Gender marking for the feminine, masculine to feminine. So we use lalka become lalki to make it feminine. Chacha become chachi, villa become villi, bachcha become bachchi, dada become dadi, nana become nani, and sala become sali. So these are the feminine marking. So that is the process how we can derive the feminine noun from the masculine noun. So it has some types of pattern. Means when the feminine and when the masculine noun end with the a suffix, so a change into the e to make it the feminine from the masculine. So when we change the masculine to feminine, so it has some types of uh, are replaced by the e marking. So when it end with a, so are replaced by e to make it feminine. But the masculine noun end with e. So there are some masculine noun which end with e also, like dhobi, the end with a, teli end with e, mali end with e, jogi end with e. So for this, if you are making the feminine for this masculine noun. So for making the feminine to use for dhobi use dhoban, for teli telan, for mali malan, and for jogi jogan. So this kind of so here we are used sometimes an and sometimes ana. So like dhobi become dhoban, dho ban. It is not the dhobana, dho and ban. Teli becomes Telan and Mali becomes Malan and Jogi becomes Jogan. So these are the common terms that we use. Dhoban. So these are the common terms that we use in our language to make it feminine. So Dhobi is the masculine. It is the masculine. It is the masculine, and when you make it the feminine, so we use Dhoban, Teli, Telan, Mali, Malan, Yogi, Jogan. And there are some inanimate thing is dabba, which is the masculine. When you make it the feminine, so we have the divya. So here, even though it is the ending, so we are not saying dabbe. So dabba, when you make it the plural, or so it becomes divya. So we are using ya suffix to make it feminine. So pankha become pankhi, katora become katori, kotha become kotri. So for making the pankha, which is the and suffix, we are just adding the e pankhi, katora, katori, because it with end with a, so we are just adding e and e. With end with a, we are adding e to make it feminine. But we have also some other types of from masculine to feminine, like sher become sherni, more become morni, and master become masterni, ऊंट become ऊंटनी, and नौकर become नौकरनी or नौकरानी. So that is the when the masculine end with some consonant. So there is a consonant sher, more, master, and naukar. So that is the ra consonant. So when it is end with the ra, so we are adding some ni to make it the or some ni, like share become ni, share ni. So we are adding this ni, this more ni, in master me, master me as any, ऊँटनी, in नौकर, नौकरानी. That is some ni or an. We are so to make it the feminine gender. So das, dasi, putra, putri, sundar, sundari. So when these are also the end with the some masculine. So we are using some e suffix to make it to the plural. So we can, on the basis of all these data, we can say that there is no one pattern of making the feminine or the masculine. So masculine noun, when we are making the feminine, means there are some process of from change from the masculine to feminine. So that is not fixed. For example, sometimes to use e, sometimes use ya, sometimes use ni, sometimes use ya. So this kind of process we have for making from the masculine to feminine. So, but when you change from that ladka become ladke and the ghoda become ghode and mera become mere and kala become kale. So this is the number. So there is some change from the singular to plural. So we have two types of number in Hindi Urdu. One is the singular and other is the plural. So to make it plural, we have some process. Like if it is a ending, so we are adding just a. Like ladka become ladke for plural. So this is singular, that is plural. So ladka become ladke and ghoda become ghode, mera become mere, kala become kale to make it plural. But there are also some a ending suffix in singular and plural. So there is no change. Like pita become pita for plural also. Neta become neta for plural also. And Darya become Darya for the plural also. Okay, so there is no change as we have the change from Ladka to Ladke and Ghoda to Ghode. So in this form, there is no change to making it plural. So the plural is another types of inflection for noun. So there are three types of inflection for the noun. One is the gender, and there is the other is number, and the third one is person also sometimes, and case also. So for case, we are also sub changing the noun. So the masculine and feminine nouns ending in consonant and vowel. So other than are generally do not change in the plural. So it is also true for some masculine noun. So they do not change for the plural to make it plural. Like more become more for plural also. Coat become coat for plural also. Gram become gram for plural also. Like 1 gram or 100 gram. Hathi become hathi for plural also. We are not saying hathi now, hathi, one hathi and so hathi. Rumal become rumal for hathi. So there are some consonant ending and some other than a ending. Like there are more with consonant ending, port with consonant ending, gram with consonant ending. Hathi become is the e ending and rumal with the consonant ending. So there is no change to make it plural of all these masculine noun. So here we have some one more example is dhobi. So for plural, we are also using dhobi. So there is no change for making it plural. And there are other examples for masculine noun when they end with the consonant in the singular. To make it the plural, we are adding some a or suffix like for kitab, kitabe, made and made, and guy become gayan. And for ladki, ladkiyan, kursi, kursiyan, and kahani, kahaniyan. So that will be very basic pattern to make it plural. So when we have e suffix in the singular form of feminine noun, so it changes into the ina, like ladki will to become ladki become ladkiyan, kursi become kursiyan, and kahani become kahaniyan to make it plural. So it is all about the noun. So the in noun we have the basically two types of inflection. One is the for gender and other is for number. We have also the inflection in terms of case also from the noun. So case change from the vocative to direct to oblique form. So this type of change in the case also.